Assalomu alaykum hammaga. Mohir deb ayollar ITda loyihamizning birinchi sonini boshladik. Is it okay?
Menga farqi yo'q. Ну, это sizga qaysi biri komfortni? Chunki siz вы сейчас не выучите. Что вам комфортнее? What do you feel more comfortable?
O'zbekcha zo'r gapirdilar.
Да, bo'ldi o'sha nima deyursin, deyvering.
To'xta, men nima deyman? Hozir, just a minute.
It's fine. I don't care. Oh, uyat bo'ladi. That's why I'm talking.
Feel free. Special case.
Yeah, okay.
Others should accept it.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. No, it's fine. Just as long as you feel comfortable. Yeah. If your goal is to become a leader, then it's not a good goal. If it comes out naturally, then it's okay.
Assalomu alaykum hammaga. Bugungi ayollar axborot texnologiyalari sohasida yangi loyihamizning birinchi sonini boshlaymiz. Bu loyihaning asosiy maqsadi axborot texnologiyalari sohasida faoliyat yuritayotgan ayollar bilan tajriba almashish, ularning fikrlarini, jamiyatda bo'layotgan muammolarga yechimlarini, oqibatlarini erkin muhokama qilish.
Assalomu alaykum. Shu bilan birga bugungi bizning birinchi mehmonimiz Munira Begmuratova bo'ladilar. Ular Toptal kompaniyasida software injener bo'lib ish yuritadilar. IT ni o'rganayotgan har bitta inson ingliz tilini bilishi kerak va bizning birinchi suhbatimiz ingliz tilida bo'lib o'tadi. Inshaalloh hammalarga manfaatli bo'ladi degan umiddamiz. Okay, we will start. Can you firstly describe yourself, where do you work, and about your experiences?
Okay, so hi again. My name is Munira, and I'm currently working as a senior software engineer at Toptal, and I'm also a community leader in Uzbekistan. Do I have to say about my background, like where I'm coming from? Or I can say.
Yes.
Okay, so I did my bachelor's at Westminster International University in Tashkent. I studied business computing back in 2008, and then I did my master's in entrepreneurship, new venture creation at Lund University in Sweden.
So cool. Yeah. So next question for you. Can you describe your school years, university years in detail? Were you active? And I researched that your profile says that you are interested in maths so much. And did you participate any Olympiads? What were the results?
Okay, I think I need to give you pre-story for that one. So basically, when I was at school, early at school, I was not interested in studies at all. But I was very lucky to have a very good friend of mine, Natasha. One day she basically said, like, do you want to learn chess? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Especially because I was like coming to her home quite a lot, like almost every day after the school I would go to her and then I would go to my home. So one day she started to teach me, and I think it was grade 6 or so, or late grade 5 probably, and then it was interesting. I was like first learning slowly, but then very quickly I got to the point where I was better than her, even though she was teaching me, right? And then her father, he was like, okay, Natasha, I think you should go. Now this is my turn to kind of play chess with Munira. And he used to take almost all the figures, like he used to keep only king and then how do you say it, like the peshki, but okay, like everything from except for the king and then the smaller figures, he would used to keep them, and then I would play like this. And it took me quite some time to make him put more figures on the chessboard. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting better. And then like that, basically the fact that I was playing chess forced me to start to like thinking and thinking for long, like hours, because like we would play for 2-3 hours, right? Almost every day. And then that fact basically led me to another thing, that I started to love math. And it was like, I don't know, but I guess the fact that the chess makes you think, you can apply that the way that you think to other subjects, right? And then so my next subject was math, that I felt like, oh, it feels like very interesting, and I started to become better and better in math as well. And then I was very, very, very lucky to have a teacher of mine, Galina Vladimirovna, at grade 6 and 7, like for 1.5 years or so. So when I came to her class, so I moved from one class to another class to her class, and I started to have our first classes. I was like getting 2s, like it's like the lowest, and everyone, it's not just me actually, everyone was getting a very low mark in her classes, and then I quickly got better and better, and thanks to the knowledge that I got from her, I started to participate in math Olympiads in my school. I was the best, or one of the best in my school, and I was the second best in my city, which is Angren. So yeah, that's how I became fond of education. So I think chess brought me closer to math, and then I was also interested in physics, and I was also interested in chemistry, and then also IT. But because it was like long time ago, we really didn't have good IT classes, so it was like writing on paper, you know. So it's not even we did write something on computer, it was like Pravis or whatever, but it was like not that much. So that's how I got interested into education. And then I didn't know English, by the way, that back then. And then when I was closer to kind of getting to my 9th grade, I thought like, okay, what's my next step? And then my brother told me that there is a lyceum in Tashkent, which is lyceum at the University of Diplomacy. And that was the best lyceum in Uzbekistan. So I thought like, okay, I need to apply, but I didn't know English. And you have to know English, you have to know, okay, math was okay. You have to know physics. Physics was fine. But again, our teacher was not good enough to give me
proper knowledge. But I was still one of the best in my school. Yeah, what I did basically, I took the time, I studied for a couple of months English, and then I passed basically the test, and I was lucky to be in the only Russian-speaking group that was back then, FR02. So yeah, that was kind of another thing that, yeah. It was a challenge, and also I got exposure to a different level of students, so to speak. They were the best. Basically, I can't say everyone, but most of the people, like our group was like amazing, and I still keep in contact with some of them, and it's it's really great. And then yes, after that I decided like, okay, what's my next step? Again, I was looking for the best university, and I thought like one of my friends, she told me that Westminster is the best, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting to Westminster, but again, my English is still very poor. And so what I did was that I left Lyceum, and then I studied mostly like English and math because I had to, get my 10th and 11th grade. And then, yeah, I got into Westminster International University. Yeah. In your university years, were you active? And what was the reason for that? Or
okay, I think I need to say that people who know me, they think I'm extrovert, but I'm not. Okay, I became an extrovert, but
you were introverted.
I was very introverted child. So the only places that I knew when I was little, it was my school, my friend's home, and my home. That's it. These are the 3 points where I was going. I didn't travel, and that's why I'm having not the best memory when it comes to traveling. But yeah, so when I got into university, again, I was very lucky to have really amazing friends. But I wasn't very active, to be honest. But what I did was that I was trying to kind of pursue some of the dreams that we had together with my brother and his friends, is starting a small company in IT. So that was something that I did, but I wasn't very active student when I was studying my bachelor's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
When you were a child, who did you want to be professionally? As I am every girl or person, this dream, I'll be doctor, I'll be cosmonaut, I'll be something else. What was about you? What were your dream, and Okay, first of all, it's this.
Yeah.
And do you regret that you
Yes.
chose IT?
Okay, there is
Double question.
Yeah. Okay, let me start with this question
Okay.
first, right? And then I will talk about IT as well. So in my childhood, again, it was a long time ago, we used to watch TV series where it's like they talk about fashion and design, and my mom, she used to tell me that, oh, it would be great if you become a designer. And I'm like, yeah, inshallah, I will be one day. So that dream is still there. It's not something that I left, but I hope I will start someday, sooner or later. That's for that one. And regarding IT, basically, I think I need to say, when I was getting into Westminster International University in Tashkent, I knew that I want to apply to business administration course because I knew that I wanted to start a business. But then during the first year, we had like electives. So I tried law, I tried IT, I tried economics, and out of all, I loved IT. I loved programming because I think it's because I have like mathematical background. It was like easier, logical thing, and when you create something, you instantly get this happiness inside of you. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool! I can do it. So that's why I changed my kind of mind and chose to pursue business computing. Now, your question was, do I regret? Do I regret
or no?
No, I don't regret. I don't regret because I think like IT is the tool to bring your dreams to reality.
Yes.
So even like with designing and or hopefully that I hope one day in the future I'll have, I still need a website. I need I need to be able to promote it properly. I need to know how internet works. So I think everything will come, like all the dots will hopefully,
At least you know the strategy, I mean, you know the organization. If you are the CEO of that shop or of that home, in order to not be deceived by other developers or some people, you need to have at least basic knowledge of IT. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, just the other day I was looking at the Instagram shop and I was like, oh, the clothes are amazing. And then I thought, okay, maybe I should order the clothes. They were very beautiful. And then I saw like an awful experience online, like a website, like it's like loading for like whatever, long, and on mobile it's not working well enough. So I think, I think it would be a cool combination.
You think that IT is the one choose that you choose, and it will just make your dreams come in reality. Yes, and that's why you choose the IT sphere.
I chose IT because I thought I can study business administration on my own, which was kind of true. It wasn't IT was more challenging, definitely. As even though I felt like I feel very excited by solving some problems and building something with my hands, I still felt like I need a teacher in that field to be better. But when it comes to business administration, I thought like I can read books and maybe I can self-study. Yes.
But
that's
not in IT, yes.
I felt like in IT I need someone to guide me.
Also, business administration comes with experience, I think. Yes, it's kind of experience-related field. But IT, both theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge.
That you can get from the
I mean, true. It takes a lot of reflection when it comes to business administration, but when it comes to IT, unfortunately, I think the educational system is still not good enough to produce IT developers who are going to be in high demand on the market. So when I graduated, I didn't become a software engineer. So that's the kind of a sad part of it. But I mean, I was still doing things that I loved, which was design, and then like working in the small company together with my brother and his friends, like learning a lot, to be honest, like learning accounting, which was like, again, I think it comes from my math background. Yes. I love numbers and so a lot of things. So it's still fine. Yeah.
And what do you think, what are the advantages and disadvantages of studying abroad? And do you suggest this to other Uzbek females?
Yes. What about disadvantage? How you can give your own such kind of advices, yes, for our girls? You should recommend. You recommend it, or?
I mean, like it's very personal. I think I definitely cannot push anyone to go abroad. It depends on whether they want it or not. They have to probably consult with their parents so that they, like when they're traveling, maybe they can travel with someone else so that they are not alone and stuff like that. But if all those things are taken care of, I think for everyone, not just girls, for everyone, it's a great experience to travel and like see different parts of the world, see how other people are living, how other people are interacting with each other. And to be honest, for me personally, I think I opened up most abroad. So as I said, like at Westminster International University, when I was doing my bachelor's, I wasn't as open as I became when I got, I was more like, again, probably that was a kind of a transitioning step in my life, but in Sweden, I think I opened up more. I was participating in all the possible events out there and having a lot of fun, to be honest. Yeah,
it was a great chance for your going.
Yes, and also another thing that I appreciate about traveling is that when you return back home, you start to look at your own country as a traveler. And you try, and at least for me, it's true. I started to appreciate more Uzbekistan, and I honestly feel like home here more after being able to travel around the world. So, I mean, I love.
Uzbekistan is kind of magnet for you. It attracts you.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it was a good experience that I saw other places, and and then I can like kind of compare, and then I can be very intentional when I say like why I love being in Uzbekistan. I know, because I can compare, and that's really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next question. Did your family support during your studies or work life, and how? We have some kind of situations that, especially for girls, like do your house choices and just do not like learn IT, but let's try to have the more experience for cooking, for such kind of sewing and some kind of for especially for girls. And what about you, and how you can manage for this kind of situation?
Yeah, okay, thank you. It's a very good question. Like, I think it's probably the most important question, or at least part of your question is very, very important, as the family support. And I always say how much it is important for mothers, specifically mothers, to be very, very supportive of their kids. It doesn't matter of the gender, but if we are talking about females, okay, girls, right? Because like if your mom does not trust you, then I don't know, I think it's kind of it's hard to become successful. But when your mom trusts you fully, right, then it's easier. I mean, like, you don't care about what others say when your mom, when you have support of your trust. Yeah, like for example, in my case, I used to hear a lot from friends when I was like still kid at school, like are you really trying to get into Lyceum, which is the top Lyceum, and I was studying in a simple school, right? And they were like, how much your parents are like putting the money away to get you to the Lyceum, and I'm like, nothing. They are I'm trying to my best on my own, and they support me, and I'm like, no, you're lying us. I think they were telling me that I'm lying them, that we try to resolve the issues financially, basically, and that's like, again, most of the mothers think that way. They think that, okay, there is no way for their kid to get into the best, whatever, Lyceum or best university without having some financial, fraud in place, right? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Like, if you don't believe your kid can do that, then who should? I mean, like, honestly. If you have those kind of parents, that's amazing, and I had those kind of parents, because I think like otherwise it would be difficult for me, I think. But if you don't have supportive parents, then try to think how you can become a better person so that they trust you and they support you. It's both ways. It's not like just your parents, right? You have to do your homework as well. That's for
first question. Yes. The second one about the how parents, we have some cases that parents say just learned not for study, but they say that we should learn home choices, homework, just learn to cook, learn to something like for girls especially. How do you look for this?
Okay, I'm really bad cook. That's the answer. But okay, I mean, like, it's good to know the things, how to like cook and stuff. I used to cook more when I was okay, I don't want to say child, but 10 and up. I used to cook. I don't remember every day or whatever, but I used to cook. It's fine. But when I started to put more emphasis on my studies, my mom told me, you don't have to do anything, not even clean your dishes. You know how much she supported me? You just study, that's it. We will not touch you. You just go to the special separate room. And I was studying from morning till evening, every day, and that's why I got my English in 6 months. Because I was fully I concentrated on English only, nothing else. Even cleaning, that was taken out of my shoulders, And I think that's important, that you give a girl, if she has dreams, you don't cut the wings, right? But you support her to do what she wants to do. At least she tried. If she fails, that's fine. But if you don't allow her to do that, then it will be something that she will keep against you for the whole life, unless she realizes that it's fine. I mean, she should let things go as well. But I think it's super important that I'm not against of girls being able to cook. Actually, I'm for girls being able to cook, but also for the boys as well. I mean, everyone should be able to cook from time to time, right? But then if a girl has ambitions, just don't cut her wings. Allow her to pursue her dreams, support her. You don't have to support financially. My parents, they couldn't support me financially, but they support me with kind words, with and that's it. That's everything. You don't need anything else. You don't need money, honestly. I didn't have teachers, English teachers. I had only 10 hours of English, speaking English. That's it, nothing. So I was studying from books. My brother would give me the books, and I was studying from the books. Self-study, yes. And I mean, that was enough to get a scholarship at Bayut. That was enough to get into Lyceum. Again, we had a very small group, just one Russian-speaking group. And I was lucky to be there, I mean, I thank God that I had the supportive parents.
Yes, the support is the key part of your success.
I think, thank you. I wish everyone has very supportive parents, but if they don't, they have to also look.
What about this?
They have to look at themselves as well. Because in the same family, you can say children, yes. Because in this, in the same family, you have children who can say, my parents are supportive, and others can say they are not supportive. And then you have to reflect on your own as well. Are you the best child? Are you trying to be the best child? So that your parents love you more. And again, it's not like you have to do something. It sounds like maybe not really good that you have to get the love of your parents, but you have to do something, right? I mean, you also expect something from your parents, right? You are not accepting them that they are not supporting you. Maybe you should do something about yourself as well. I mean, yes, it would be a bliss. It will be you will be blessed if you have parents who are from the get-go, they are supporting, etc. But if they are not doing that, then turn all the self-reflection on yourself. you have to choose. Like you have to change yourself first, and then your parents will change as well. I mean, like, if you see that there is something wrong, then try to work on yourself.
If they see your progress, your achievements, they will support you automatically.
They will happy for us.
Yes,
that
yes.
we have this kind of certificates or some
achievements.
Yes.
Cool. And next question, can you tell us about your 3 biggest projects, and do you like to work individually or in a team?
To be honest, that's the question that is hard for me to answer, because I think it would be hard for me to name 3, but I can name at least one, which I loved probably the most. It's being part of the Rolling Scope School, and this is the free educational platform for people to study software engineering, IT, front-end, and
especially JavaScript?
JavaScript, yes.
That's kind of project, in website or...
It's basically, it's a free platform, and actually recently we had a Rolling Scope School conference in Uzbekistan, and people were coming to Uzbekistan from different countries to give their speeches. I think that was my best the best project that I was involved in, and I really love and appreciate the founder, who is doing an amazing job, honestly. Like when I said about the problem with educational system and the fact that I graduated from university but I didn't become a software engineer, which actually they say we were not supposed to. We were supposed to be a system analyst or some sort of that, but that was not something that I wanted to, right? And that school, specifically the Rolling Scope School, as far as I know, this is the best school out there that provides free education, that has really amazing mentors, and you have you can study there several times if you fail the first. It's very hard to study there, to be honest. So it's it requires about I would say on average 40 hours per week to study there. But then once you're done, you went through the school from zero to I think in 1 year, if you do all the homework, you can become you can reach to the point where you are about middle level software engineer. Even though people will hire you as juniors, I know how smart people are, how smart our graduates are. When I say our, I still feel connected to the school, but I think this is the most amazing thing that I've been involved so far, and I hope there will be more in the future. So I think that's the one that I can speak of. And again, I have a lot of appreciation for the fact that this is free, and no one has a reason to say oh, my parents don't have money to pay for my studies. No one has that excuse. They have the best teachers and mentors. All of them are not just teaching; they are working as software engineers. I mean, this is a luxury, honestly. We have a lot of paid courses where teachers still are not employed themselves as software engineers, and that feels a bit sad to me. And I think the community is amazing as well. The thing is that I was studying there myself, so you study there yourself and then you come back and give back to the community. So what I did, I was, for 1.5 years, I was a country coordinator for that school. Cool. And that was
so you like work in a team?
I like both, to be honest.
You say you like supporting from each other.
Yes, that's true. But working in a team is also more challenging than working alone. So I like both. So when I have energy, I work in a team. When I'm low in my energy level, then I prefer to work alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the project name?
Rolling Scope School. Yes. I definitely advise everyone. Honestly, this is the best.
It's a part of the EPAM,
So
project they partner.
So basically the founder, Dmitry Vorobey, he works for EPAM. And he was kind of, back in 2013, he started this as a, open classes, whatever, one-time thing. But then it became more and more serious, and now it's like they have a number of courses ranging from 3 to 6 months each, and in 1 year, if you do everything like well enough, you will complete like all the stages from 0 to whatever, 0, stage 1, 0 to, it's all for free. It's all for, and everyone's saying like, what's the trick? Like, when do you have to, or like, probably when I study a month, then I have to pay. No, you don't have to pay it. You don't, and as I said, teachers, the content is like amazing. I myself tried to study alone for 2 years, but when I got to the school, unfortunately it was 3 months at that time, but even those 3 months were very, very helpful for me, because it helped me to shape my knowledge. And I can speak a lot about this, sorry. Yeah, when it comes to, I think, I hope it's fine that I'm like jumping from from one topic to another topic, but I also wanted to say another one thing that people usually ask, like, or question the fact, like, do we need to study at university? Is there, do universities give the something good? Yeah, to their graduates.
What the problem?
Yes.
Diploma.
Yeah, like you have this paper and so what. But definitely you have to study at university, at least because you will have a network. It's very important. But then I think it's very sad that we question universities. It's super sad. And the reason is because we basically do not trust the teachers. And I was a teacher myself, so so I can say, like, I can blame myself as well. Yeah, it's very important that we have the right teachers. And at Rolling Scope School, I felt the difference. The level of knowledge is super important. We all need guidance. It's just like maybe at universities, unfortunately, we no longer have that guidance and support that we need. That quality guidance that makes you understand the subject, and you don't have to learn it by heart.
Yes.
Right? You just understand it, and that's for life. Like, sorry, I can talk a lot, but I think the people in the past, they were very lucky because they had very good teachers.
Yes, as my mother said.
Yes, in my case, I was very lucky to have, like, my math teacher for 1.5 years. She taught me math to the extent that I don't have to remember it. I don't have to remember the formulas. I understand them. And if I forget, I can, like, come up with the formula myself. I don't have to remember them.
Great.
And I think, like, if we had that level of teachers who will teach you in a way that you don't have to remember anything, but because you will understand everything, then yeah, we won't have question like, do we need universities? Do we need schools? We do need them, but we need the core, and the core is the level of knowledge that our teachers have, and that's a sad thing. But I really hope, and that's one of my dreams, to have the best teachers, hopefully, to kind of grow teachers in the future, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
All your students.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, next question. What challenge do you face in your professional and personal life? It's about, like, how you can balance it. Your person and the professional life. What about
How do you overcome some challenges? You see, like it happens.
It's difficult to have time management and it comes to situations.
Okay, so thanks God, right now I don't have really much challenges. Maybe I should think actually about it, because when you have challenges, you are growing. So it means, like, I'm not really growing right now.
You had, yes.
Sorry?
You had.
I had challenges, obviously.
What kind of
like, especially in the beginning when it comes to software engineering, and with my personal character, I look down at myself a lot, so I don't need anyone from outside to tell me that I'm bad. I'm good doing it myself, so I would usually think, like, I'm not good enough. And
yeah, you were comparing yourself to others.
No, not really. I try not to compare myself with anyone, but I know that I should be better, let's say, right? And I know, like, there is a task, and I'm feeling like, I don't have knowledge. Oh, of course I can study and learn, but I would really like if I were able to do things faster, basically, right? And at the very beginning of my career in software engineering, I used to feel a lot that I'm not qualified enough, and that thought itself would eat a lot of my time, like a lot of my energy. I wish I didn't do that, but I don't know how to deal with. But actually, this negative feeling was forcing me to become better and studying more and more. So right now, because I'm saying I don't have that many challenges, it means I'm not growing. You know, that's another like side of the coin, right?
How do you overcome this kind of challenge?
It's just like at some point you have to
some strategies.
I would say I still have to learn how to overcome the challenges when I feel not happy with myself. I think I still need to learn to accept myself as I am. I don't know. I think I still need to grow on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know that you are a community leader, and what do you recommend to other women, Uzbek women, to be leaders? What they should do? Any other recommendations? So, what do you think girls or women can be leaders?
I mean, like, again, it's for both genders. You don't become a leader just because you want to have power. You don't. If you want to become a leader because you want to have power, that's a wrong intention. You just try to understand what you want to do with your life, right? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Hopefully, if you know all of those, it's not that you go with the flow, but you do your best in the things that you want to develop, and then it comes naturally. Leadership is, I believe that if your goal is to become a leader, then it's not a good goal. If it comes out naturally, then it's okay. I mean, like, it's not like, oh, I want to be a leader, I want everyone to look at me. That's a bad intention, I think. Okay. But a good intention is, I want to become the best version of myself. And if it leads to leadership, I'm fine. But leadership is not something that I want to, I have to acquire. Yes, it's no. You don't have to. Just be the best version of yourself. And if it leads you to leadership roles, that's fine. Don't say like, no, I don't want to take it. If it's coming your way, just accept it. But don't try to be a leader just because of the power that it may give you. That's totally a wrong intention, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Our second question was, do they need to overcome social stereotypes like shame, tradition, or other limits?
Again, I think everything comes down to the family values. So again, I'm very lucky to have a family where I don't know all those terms, to be honest. And that's a bad part of me as well. Like, I don't know traditions. That's why I'm not limited by them. But I think it would be nice if you talk with your parents, right? Because if within the family you know what is okay, what is not okay, why it's not okay, then the rest doesn't matter. Like, just make sure that you don't have this blame culture, you don't have this things that limit you as a human being, not as a girl or boy, just as a human being. You try to reflect those, right? And then if it's coming from your parents, try to understand them as well, because they had that parenting style. Their parents did this. And you are the one who have to break the chain, right? It's like, if you are going to give all the negative experiences that you had from your parents and pass it down to your kids, then you didn't do your homework. Just try to kind of reflect on this. Yeah, be intentional.
Have the changes.
Yes. Work on yourself, basically. Yeah.
Thank Thank you for your answer.
It was part of my question.
Okay.
We clarified it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we saw your LinkedIn profile. You
Yeah.
were a lecturer, owner, mentor, leader,
Yeah.
developer also.
Yeah.
In some different places. So,
Yeah.
which position do you like more?
Okay. So I liked all of them. So at different stages of my life, I enjoyed all of them basically. But right now I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm very happy with my state right now as well. But yeah, I think I'm the happiest right now.
What's your position also?
I work as a senior software engineer. Yes, but it's not just because of that. I really enjoy the fact that it's fully remote. We have no offices. So when you say like, do I like to work with people? Like, yes, I do. But I also like to have my private time, private space, and stuff like that. The fact that I can basically travel anywhere.
Yes.
And we have remote jobs from Uzbekistan, but they imply that you still have permission to go abroad, right? And I don't have to do that, and that's kind of, it makes my soul feel so free. The fact that anytime I want, I can do that if I want to, of course. So yeah, again, back to your question.
So you like your position now?
Yes, I like my position now, but I also enjoyed teaching because I love students. I think we had really good relationship with my students when I was teaching at Westminster International University in Tashkent. I like.
You teach maths, yes, or?
I was teaching business, I was teaching finance, and I was teaching accounting. Different subjects. Yes, and maths as well. Actually, I was teaching maths as well. Yes. So I
universal.
Yeah, I was basically trying to go with the flow in a sense. Yeah, I was having an opportunity to study, for example, accounting, because I was working in a small company where I had to do accounting stuff. So that's how it led me to teaching position.
Okay, I was going to ask the same question here. So what was the reason for switching your career from finance to IT?
Yes, and the answer is basically, when we had the small company with my brother and his friends, I was doing the administration work, and I was filing the tax statements for the tax agencies, and that made me learn about accounting more in depth, and that caused me actually to take some international exams in accounting, including ACCA as well. So it was CAP, SIPA, and then ACCA. And then because I love freedom, I decided that teaching would give me the freedom as well, in a sense that I don't have to be in the office from 9 till 6 or whatever. So basically, that's the reason why during my work basically forced me to, and I enjoyed it. It's not that I had to. I enjoyed accounting a lot, yes. And that's how since I was taking all the exams, and because I love freedom, I thought why not to apply to teaching. And so I did. At the very beginning it was very tough, but then gradually it became better, and I started to enjoy it. And I think I owe a lot of my experiences to the fact that I was teaching, because teaching helped me to become more open with people, to open up, and then also become a sort of a leader, natural leader. Again, it's not something that I was intentionally, it's not my end goal. My goal is to become better, but then it does lead to leadership roles as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. So next.
No. I think we didn't clarify.
Yes.
Why did you choose IT over finance field? Yes.
First or second?
The last one.
You talked about that you learned finance,
Yes.
and you chose to be a teacher, lecturer.
Yes.
What about IT?
What about IT? How did you
Transfer.
So for first, what was if we go back, when I was first year student at the university, I thought I will do my BA, and then I changed my mind to do BC, right? Business computing. During my end of third year at university, when we started the company, I was doing a lot of stuff, and one of them was taxes and accounting stuff, and that's how I switched to finance field. And then in 2017, I decided to come back to IT. And now the question is why I decided to come back to IT. So I have a lot of reasons. You have questions?
I think adverse kind of. First IT, then finance, because the work you are involved with, you were involved with, required financial knowledge. And then you again came back to IT.
So basically, the fact that I didn't become a software engineer back when I graduated made me feel upset as well a little bit, but not too much, because I was still enjoying. Like the first 2 years after graduation, I was also a designer, sort of, and I loved it. I loved everything beautiful, and I loved the fact that I was working there as well.
Fashion designer?
No, it was in multimedia studio, again in the same university. So we were doing a lot of like multimedia stuff, and one of them that I personally enjoyed, it was like if I had an opportunity to do some beautiful things, again in my small company as well, together with my friends, or at university. So that's also another thing that. Okay, I have a lot of things. I'm passionate about.
We are willing to hear you, listen to you more, because it's really interesting.
So the reason now, a long story short, the reason why I returned back to IT, actually there were a lot of reasons, and one of them is to start my own company. And again, I tried. It's not that I didn't try. I tried and I failed. And one of the reasons, I think, it was because of the lack of knowledge that I had myself, like probably the soft skills as well, but the hard skills as well, very important. So I wanted to get that knowledge. I thought like, okay, I tried once, I failed. I tried second time, I failed. Third time, I said like, okay, I'm learning it myself.
There's a trying now, also, yes.
Trying. Yeah, in the future. I still like need a little bit of time, but I'm planning to. Yes. And another reason that pushed me to kind of switch my career back to IT was that I was going through the Tech Women program, which I advise to all the girls out there who have graduated from STEM-related fields and who have at least 2 years of experience, relevant experience. I definitely advise them to get...
Talking about Perspective Women?
No, it's a different one. Perspective Women in Tech, it's a conference in Poland, running every year, different times. But yeah, it's also a good place. But the best for me experience was in US. So Tech Women program is about 4 to 5 weeks long program for girls in STEM. It's not just IT. It could be environment, it could be science, or anything like related to STEM field. And then they place you to the top IT companies. Like I was in LinkedIn. I was hosted by LinkedIn Mentors. Again, very great place. This year, one of our girls from Uzbekistan, she was placed in Google. I mean, there are all the top companies you can imagine of, you can think of. They have the list of those, most of them at least. And that's a very great experience because you have an exposure to so many girls from different parts of the world, and they're all so ambitious. Yeah, and you get that energy. You cannot, it cannot pass you by, right? That energy. You just get so much energy out of that program that when you return back, you think you need to do something in your life. So that was another. I have other reasons as well, but I think those that I can mention of. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, next question. How was the acceptance process to Toptal? Can you describe in details?
Yeah, so basically, I hope we are good with time, right? Is it okay? Okay, cool. So it was my friend. Again, this is the friend that I met through the Tech One program. That's another thing that I really why I highly advise this program as well. You will meet a lot of great women out there. So one of my friends, she told me like, oh, Munira, maybe you should try. And at that time I was about to stop my engagement with Rolling Scope School because it was taking me a lot of time and emotions and energy. So when I did that and had some time to kind of relax and like feel better, sort of, out of the burnout, after the burnout that I had, I decided that I need to apply to the Toptal. And actually that was my dream as well. I heard about Toptal a long time ago, but then I knew that I was not ready. And then when she wrote me, so it was early 2021, I said like, okay, give me some time, I'm not feeling ready right now. And then once I kind of ended some of my engagements, specifically with Rolling Scope School, and took some rest, I decided that I will apply. And so there are like several stages. The first stage is the English level, and thanks God I was fine with that. The second stage is, in my case, they gave me 4 algorithmic questions. So I solved 3 out of 4, like 75%, and that was good enough to pass to the next level. And the third stage is where you have live coding interview, and they give you 15 minutes to solve the algorithmic question. And when I was going to get to my third stage, my friend told me, you passed the second, and that was the hardest, according to her experience. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm almost in Toptal. And that day, when I had to take this third stage, I was having a 30 kilometers run, bike run in the botanical garden, and then I came to the interview, and I started to have an interview, and the questions were not easy, definitely not for 15 minutes, and I basically failed that stage. And I took a few months before I retried again. So whenever people ask me like how difficult it is, I say it's difficult. And I say third stage is the most difficult. So because like when people say like, oh, it's easy, you feel like relaxed, and then you fail. So don't feel relaxed. The whole process is difficult. Just try your best at every stage, and once you pass the third stage, which is live interview, you have the fourth stage, which means they will give you a take-home assignment for about 2 weeks, and you have to build some whatever app that they require from you, and then finally you have to present it to the interviewer and make sure that they try to make sure that you are the one who built it and not someone else.
Yes.
So yeah, be sure that you are the one who built it. And once you go through the final stage, you get accepted like quite fast. That's one of the things that I love about Toptal. The feedback loop is super fast. You don't have to wait for 2 weeks to get your answer. They tell you straight away. You passed to the next stage, or you failed. Yeah, that's really amazing.
So I think the last question is would be, how do you define success happens? And can you make some recommendations for Uzbek women, girls, to be successful, to be more happier?
I think you have to learn to make a lot of self-reflection to be successful, hopefully, in what you do. And again, you need to learn what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and play on your strengths. Like, especially when, again, it all comes down to the childhood, to parents that you have, what kind of parents you had. So if you find in your childhood something that you were very interested in, right, that it was natural for you to do something, don't take it for granted. Like, try to build on your strengths. Yeah, try to reflect a lot, especially when it comes to difficult moments in life, and everyone has those, right? Just like remember, remember one thing. If you're going through hardship, this is the best time where you can learn something. And one of the best things that you can learn is to become a better person. And like if you're having some hardships, it's probably because you're not accepting the life as it is, which is not a goodness. You have to accept your life. Whatever comes your way, and it could be very difficult at times, you have to accept it. And once you accept it, it becomes less painful. So yeah, in short, once again, I think you need to do a lot of homework in terms of self-reflection. You need to think about your strengths and about your weaknesses, improve your weaknesses, but put more emphasis on your strengths. And yeah, try to become a better person. Leadership is not the goal. Yeah, leadership is not the goal.
Can you define success and happiness?
I would say the happiness, let's say, and success, and okay, let's put these two terms together. I would say it's when you accept whatever comes your way. Either it's bad or good, you don't question it. I mean, like, you question in the sense that if it's bad, you say like, what can I learn from this? If it's good, you still say, what can I learn from this? You don't take success as something that makes your ego grow big. You take success with humility and thank the Creator who gave you this, right? Be in check, because too much good can be a bad thing as well. But too much bad can be a good thing if you try to analyze, especially when you are hitting the same wall over and over again, you're having the same issues over and over again, it means you didn't learn the lesson. Yeah, sorry, I lost my thought. But yeah, you have to make sure that you are learning your lesson, and not knowing things that you should have known is not an excuse. So sometimes we don't know, for example, how to take care of our health.
Yeah.
That's not an excuse. You will face the issues, like you will get sick every now and then if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't learn what is good for your body and what is not. Like, not knowing something is not an excuse. You have to learn it. You have to do your homework. And hopefully, like, get over it. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your kind answers. This conversation has been helpful and very useful for us and for our audience.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We are so happy to have you here.
Yes,
yeah,
and we hope that after you, we have some kind of guests that will continue our project.
Yeah, yeah.
And we hope that after you, another guest will continue this project.
Okay, inshallah. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
You're the first one.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
And your last wishes to our project, to our
audience.
Yes.
I just wish you girls, I think it's mostly girls, but boys as well. I don't, I don't look at genders basically. Everyone, I wish everyone success. And as I said, success is being content with everything that you have at the current moment. But also, it doesn't mean to be, to accept things that you don't like. Try to work on yourself, definitely. It's not something that you just like, go with the flow. Sometimes you have to go against the flow if you know there is a good reason behind that. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your answers, and we appreciate it. Thank you for your time that you came and have the interview for us.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
I like the words, love the best version of yourself. It's like the quote, yes, try to be best.
Yeah.
I have some motivation.
Thank you.
Can I take a photo with you?